I don't want to fucking hear it. Reg and Lola had a gut full of hearing about the fucking Rackleys and fucking Tamworth. I have had a fucking gut full of hearing about fucking Tamworth. It's a place that until April 1989, no one in my family had ever fucking heard of. Because we're not from there. It's a good scam what they're trying to pull with this gay community as well in the last 11 years. Not going to work. My mother Docs should have got involved straight away. Because exactly what happened, Mum remarries in 1988. Mark Rackley wanted to go to Tamworth. This is the truth, because Mark Rackley moved from Sydney to a country town when he was a teenager. He moved to a country area of Adelaide, South Australia. He had his first wife there. He raised his first children. So Michelle, Belinda, Daniel, and Kimberly Rackley. Then he divorced his first wife, and he moved to Sydney where his parents were. Then he got with my mother, got her pregnant, she had to marry him in 1988. He wanted to copy the same thing that he did with his first wife. My mother jumped at it because she's all for the Rackleys. She's born in Darlinghurst and raised in the suburbs. I'm raised in the suburbs and lived most of my life in the city. I'm not from a country town, never have been. I'm dragged into a really good fucking scam from Tamworth, including from the high school I was briefly at. But that's all it is a goddamn fucking scam. I won't put up with it. I've lived most of my life in the city. My nan's she's raised in the city. My grandfather's born and raised in the city. Dad's mum's born and raised in the city. Dad's father's raised in the city. Dad's from Parramatta. I'm not from any other area other than Sydney. Docs should have stepped in. There was dual custody. My insane mother ran away to Tamworth for a holiday weekend with Mark Rackley because it's what he wanted. He loved it, said it reminded him of Adelaide. So she couldn't wait, but in that same weekend buys a house there. Cashed up from the divorce from my father, Mark Fleming. We had no friends, no family there. And then within a couple of months, she moves us there. Doc should have stepped in and said, no, what's going on here? No, full custody goes to Mark Fleming for the twins. They stay in Sydney. They don't move. You don't just run away for a man and move two kids to an area where there's no friends, no family, no support network. They don't know the area. You're running away here for a man, Carol. You lose custody of your kids and it goes to Mark Fleming. And that's exactly what should have happened. I'm sick of this because this is like gone around in circles since even 2001. My mother shows up and she tells people bullshit scams and stories. When the simple fact is, Carol Purdy is born in Darlinghurst. Her parents were still living in Rozelle when she was born. Reg and Lola Purdy, my grandparents, were still living in Mansfield Street, Rozelle, when she was fucking born, the scummy little cunt. They moved in 1962 to the suburbs of Sydney to have big backyards where they could have horses, basically. Big front yards, big gardens, like hedges, big houses. That's what they wanted. Well, that's what Nam wanted. Pop was happy to stay and living in the city, raising a family in a terraced house. Nan didn't want to raise a family in a terraced house, so they moved to the new subdivision in Blacktown. Dad's parents were the same. They moved to a Federation house in Parramatta in 1953, but they're from the city. They're all from the fucking city. I'm from Sydney. I've had the fucking gay community's bullshit. Oh, he's a country guy, because that's what Stephanie Salas said. No. We owned horses in Sydney. We're part of the horse industry in Sydney. There used to be, before the Olympics, an actual horse industry of Sydney. I don't know a thing about fucking country or living on land. Not a thing. Nothing. And this is the scam that has gone on where it's like, oh, but Justin, so he moved from Tamworth because there was nothing there for him and come to Sydney. No, Justin's from Sydney. He's born and raised in Sydney. His mother moved from Sydney. The simple fact is that he's born and raised in Sydney and his mother moved. So that's when I was a kid growing up, my mum worked in the city. I spent most of my life in the city. My great-grandmother was still living in Leichhardt. Great-uncle was there. All the family was still in the inner-city suburbs of Sydney because that's where they're from. They're all dead now. Nan's brother was still living in Leichhardt. And that's why I grew up around these people. And in the city, I grew up around the city people. Which these fuckwits that moved to Sydney are not city fucking people. And they're coming to Sydney with their leftist attitude. It's like, mate, you wouldn't want to ever meet my fucking grandfather who's from Balmain, old school Sydney. Doesn't care for your pandering country town bullshit that you're coming to Sydney with. I had a gut full of it. Dad is from Parramatta. When I was a kid, my dad worked building of a day, then he worked at a nightclub in Parramatta, sitting in the office watching the cameras, doing security overnight. City Extra, there was a line up to get into City Extra to a 24-hour restaurant in Parramatta. I'm a little kid walking down Church Street, Parramatta, because you couldn't in those days, but there was nightclubs everywhere, and Parramatta was 24 hours. I grew up city life, not fucking country, you dumb cunt. And I'm fucking sick of it.